Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Josh's Eldar. So the story that we've got going on here is that this was an abandoned Imperial planet, and the Dark Angels were using it to train up some new recruits to their, some new Primaris recruits to their chapter. And they were running maneuvers on the planet and going through whole operations, trying to get them caught up and ready to go for action for the first. And while they were doing these operations, an Eldar fleet came into system and actually started to land on the planet, thinking that it had been abandoned by the Imperials and wanted to use it as a stepping stone to moving forward with their endeavors that they were going to go forward. But they had assumed that it was abandoned, and when they arrived on planet, they realized that it was actually chock full of Dark Angels. So that's the story that we're going to go on. We're actually going to be doing the open war game. So we actually drew everything. So we drew the objective is going to be burn and pillage, which means that we each placed 3 objectives. Right, he's got his right there, and then one back over in there. I've got mine, boop, boop, and boop, right along the edge there. So right around the middle there. We had to place them in our deployment zone more than 6 inches away, and more than 6 inches from a table edge. And the point is that you can burn and pillage each of these of your opponent's objectives if you control them at the end of your turn. So you just have to control it, and at the end of the turn, if you control it, you can burn it, and it's run away. The first person to burn all 3 of their opponent's objectives wins. So that's the objective. The twist that we've got going on here is Orbital Debris, which makes sense. Maybe that's why the planet was abandoned long ago, because there was too much debris hitting the ground. Basically, at the beginning of each turn, we roll 3 dice. Every 6 that we roll, we can choose a separate unit and deal D3 mortal wounds to that unit, which is as they get hit in the head by, like, I don't know, a falling toilet seat or something like that, as it comes down. Pretty awesome. I think that should be fun. Add a little bit of variety in there. And our deployment was actually drew this one, which is actually, we're doing that. So he chose to have this deployment, which is along here, so 18 inches along this table edge here. And then I've got along the middle here, 12 inches from each long table edge, right up to the middle of the board. And that's the deployments that we got. And I got the ruse, which actually already got shown to my opponent, which is dug in. So after we did deployment, but before the first battle round, I show this. All of my units that aren't in cover get the benefit of cover as long as they don't move. So they've dug in position. So that makes sense for what was going on here. They were doing maneuvers, and they saw the Eldar fleet arriving in orbit and landing, and they dug in and took their positions ready for the assault. So that's the story and the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be playing it out today.
So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a squad of 2 Primaris lieutenants, one with a power sword, one with a mastercrafted auto bolt rifle, a captain in Gravis armor, and a Primaris chaplain. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads and 1 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have a 3-man Inceptor squad with assault bolters. We have 2 10-man Hellblaster squads with plasma incinerators. Then for the Vanguard detachment, leading it off here, we have a Primaris Librarian with a Force Sword. We have a Primaris Ancient. We have 3 5-man Reaver squads, all with grav shoots. 2 of the squads have heavy bolt pistols and combat knives. One of the squads has bolt carbines. And last but not least, we have a Landspeeder Vengeance. So for the Eldar, he'll be running a battalion detachment, an outrider detachment, and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have an Autarch and a Farseer. We have 2 10-man Dire Avenger squads. The Exarchs in each have a Shimmer Shield and Power Weapon, and a 10-man Guardian squad with an Eldar missile launcher. We have a 5-man Dark Reaper squad. The Exarch has an Eldar missile launcher, and the other 4 have Reaper launchers. We have 2 Wave Serpents with twin Shuriken cannons, underslung Shuriken cannon, and Spirit Stones. We have a Bone Singer. Then for the Outrider detachment, we have a Farseer on a jet bike with a Singing Spear. We have a 3-man jet bike squad with shuriken cannons and 2 6-man warp spider squads. The Exarchs have power weapons and twin death spinners. And last but not least, we have the super heavy auxiliary detachment of a Wraith Knight with 2 scatter lasers, a Titanic Wraith Glaive, and a scatter shield. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment here for the Dark Angels. I've got my scout squad here with brave Sir Jenkins. We've got everybody else here in the middle, it seems. I've got my 2 squads of Hellblasters in the middle. I've got my Ancient there in the middle. I've got my Chaplain, my Master in Gravis armor. I've got one of the lieutenants with the Master Crafted Auto Bolt Rifle. And I've got my Primaris lieutenant, the Glacial Librarian. We've got my Landspeeder Vengeance right over here. We've got my 2 Intercessor squads here, and all my Reavers and my Inceptors are actually in Deep Strike Reserve. So they're taking up positions, waiting to drop in on the Eldar once they found their positions. Going over deployment now for the Eldar. He's got his 3, what are they called? The jet bikes over here. They were falling over, so we just took them off for now because it's a little bit of a slope there. We've got his Dark Reapers here on the 2nd floor. We've got the Autarch down on the floor over there. We've got the 2 Wave Serpents. Inside the Wave Serpents, we have the Dire Avenger squads. Inside of this one, we have the Bone Singer and the Farseer. Over here, we've got the 10-man Guardian squad and the Wraith Knight. And in reserve, he has his 2 Warp Spider squads. So that's it for deployment. As of right now, the Eldar are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No, I don't get it, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. All right, so the Orbital Debris dropping down here. No 6s between them. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. His bikes stood still. Dark Reapers moved up to the top floor here. His Autarch followed up behind them there. His Autarch is the Warlord, right? Yes, so he's the Warlord. He has the Warlord trait that 1 unit within 3 inches of him gets to reroll their misses. So, wonder which unit he's going to choose. So the Guardian squad, the Dire Avenger squads inside all disembarked. So did the Bone Singer and the Farseer all got out and disembarked, looking on my poor Hellblasters that haven't done anything to nobody. And then he's got his Guardians back here stood still. His Farseer on a bike moved up, and his Wraith Knight moved up. In from reserves came one of his Warp Spider squads. The other Warp Spider squad stayed in reserve. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so starting off the Psychic phase, the Bone Singer there is going to cast Smite onto the Hellblasters over here. So, looking for a 5. Getting it with an 8. I'm going to try to deny that with my Primaris Librarian back there. The Glacial Librarian. So looking for a 9. And not getting it, so it goes off. D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds, so that means 1 guy is dead. Let's see if he gets to shoot because of the banner. He does not. All right, so now his Farseer over here is going to cast Will of Assyrian. So he looking for a 5. Looking for a 5. Getting it with an 8, so that means that he will be able to units within 6 inches of him. 6 inches of him auto pass morale test, and he gets a +1 to his Deny the Witch. Pretty good. And now he's going to cast Guide onto the Dire Avengers with the white helmets. It's going to go off on a 7. So looking for 7. Getting it with exactly 7. Pretty good. And now his Farseer on the bike is going to doom my into my Hellblasters over there. So the ones with the green backpacks. Looking for a 7. Does not get it with a 5. He's going to use his Spirit Stone to re-roll that. Still does not go off with a 4. And now he's going to cast Fortune onto his Wraith Knight over here. Looking for a 7 as well. Ooh, not getting it with 3. All right, so now onto the shooting phase at the beginning here. His Farseer here is going to cast, not going to cast, he's going to spend 2 command points on Runes of Witnessing. So it lets them reroll 1s to wound. But because the Autarch is the Warlord, he also gets to get them back on 6s. Nope, no 6s, so that's going to be down 2 command points there, which I think he started with 7 command points, so now he's down to 5.
But everyone within 6 inches of him will get reroll 1s to wound. All right, so now we're going to start off here with the white-headed squad here, shooting into the green backpacked Hellblasters. We've got 18 shots here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling everything because of guides, so we'll come back to you with that. And the reroll, all right, missing a total of 3. So we're gonna have 15 hits here. These are strength 4, right? So wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the strategy sense. So there's a couple 1s there. Reroll a bunch of 1s, yeah. So just reroll those 1s. So looking for 4s to wound here. All right, don't get to do it a second time. So 4s to wound. 6s are AP -3, right? So you got 2, because these are shuriken weapons. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds that are regular, and 2 that are at AP -3. So we've got the 10 regular wounds that are going to be coming in here. We got 10 2-up saves because of dug in. They count as being in cover there. So 10 2-ups, failing 2 of them, so that means 1 guy is dead, and then we got 2 at AP -3, so these are going to be looking for 5-ups. Oh, that's cocked. I wish I could have kept it. Yeah, so 1 more wound, so that's going to be 3 wounds total, so 1 guy dies. Does he get to shoot before he goes away? He does. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so now he is going to, before he dies, he's going to fire into the Wraith Knight over there, so 2 shots, hitting on 3, supercharged, obviously. So that's 1 hit, strength 8, toughness 8, so looking for a 4 to wound. No wound. And now the Dark-Helmed Dire Avengers are going to fire into the green backpack guys. So they're going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of BL10. So we've got 1 over there. All right, so that was a miss, not meant to be. Got a couple, there's another 2 in there, and that's all the misses, not bad. And now these are going to be wounding on 4s. Not re-rolling, oh no, re-rolling 1s to wound, I forgot. There's another 1 down there. Yep, re-rolling 1s to wound. All right, getting a couple 6s from that, that was pretty good. So we've got a total of 4 6s. And 2, 3 other regular saves. So we've got 3 2-ups, failed 1 of those, and then we've got 4 5-ups, failed all of those. So 3 guys are going to be dead. Do they get to fire back? 2 of them do. Again, firing into the Wraith Knight over there, supercharging, hitting on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, AP -4. So, invul save. 5 up. He's got the shield, right? Isn't that 3 up? Oh, that's 5 up, invul save.
2.
So what's up?
It was 2.
1. Yeah, only 1. No, goes through, so that is 2 damage. And now his Warp Spiders are going to fire into the red backpacked squad of Hellblasters. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, 14 shots, not getting to reroll anything, right?
Nope.
Yep, so not getting to reroll. So now these are now going to be strength 4, oh, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. 6s are AP -4, so no 6s. But a bunch of 3s, so that's going to be 6 saves here. 6 2-up saves because they count as in cover because of dug in. And I failed 1 of them. All right, so now this Dark Reaper squad is going to fire into what's left of the green squad over here. So we're going to go with the strength 5 shots. So they're going to have 8 shots from them first. These are going to be re-rolling because of the Autarch being within 3 inches. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling. Not that it really needed it. That'll be good. All right, so it's all hits there. These are strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Go all except for 1 wound, so that's going to be 7 wounds. AP -2, so +1 because of cover, so we're looking at 7 4-ups. And I failed 3 of them, so that means 1 more guy is dead. Does he? They do 2 damage each? Oh, 2 damage each. So that's 3 guys that are dead. Let's see if they get to fire back at least. One of them does. All right, he's going to fire into the Wraith Knight. 2 hits. 1 wound. AP -4, so 5 up, invul. No, goes through another 2 wounds. And now the rocket from the Exarch, that goes through. That's going to be strength 8, so wounded on 2s. That's a wound. AP -2 again, so looking for a 4 up. No, goes through. D6. 6 wounds. That's another guy dead. Does he get to shoot? He does not. And now the Wraith Knight here is going to fire into my red squad. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Missed 1, 2, missed 2. Now these are going to be strength 4. Strength 6, sorry. Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. That one's cocked. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP, nothing. So 3 2-ups. And I make them all. Woo! All right, so this Wave Serpent here is going to fire the Underslung into the 1-man green squad there, and the twin into the red squad. So we're going to go, which one first? We'll do the one into my last guy on the green squad. Hitting on 3s, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. That's actually within 6 inches. Oh, within 6 inches of the Farseer, so he gets to reroll that 1 to wound. So that's 2 wounds. AP nothing, so looking for 2-ups, and I'll make them both with the fill faces. And then the 6 shots into the red squad over there, hitting on 3s. All right, only hitting 3 of them. Wounding on 3s as well. That is 2 wounds, and 6 is going to be AP -3, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll do the first one, which will be 2 up. Failed that one. And then we've got a 4 up. Failed that one. So that's a dead guy. Let's see if he gets to fire. He does. So he's going to fire, of course, into his Wraith Knight there. Getting 1 hit. Not wounding, but he's with the squad's within range of the lieutenant there. So getting to reroll 1s. Into a wound. 5 up invul save. No, so he takes another 2 wounds. And then this Wave Serpent's going to fire everything into the red squad over here. So these are going to be, we're going to do all 9 shots here, hitting on 3s. All right, that one back there is cocked. All right. So 3 misses. Statistically exact. Wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 4 wounds. AP nothing. Looking for 2 ups. Failed 1, which is a dead guy up there. So let's see if he gets to fire back. He does. Again, into the Wraith Knight. Both misses. All right, so that's the end of the Eldar turn here. He's not going to charge because I killed enough guys from him that he makes it a little bit too risky for him to try it with a bunch of Hellblasters shooting at him. So I do have 1 leadership test to take. The one guy left over here, he lost 9 from his squad. Because he's within 6 inches of the chaplain there, he gets to use his leadership, which is leadership 9. Because he's within range of the banner, he gets +1 to his leadership, makes him a leadership 10. He lost 9 guys. Doing that math, if I roll a 1, he's okay. If I roll anything else, he's dead. So let's see what happens. Looking for a 1. Don't show me that fill face. Oh, okay. Re-rolling because of it. They should know no rules. Oh, back into 5. Why can't I roll that when I roll other things? All right, so yeah, he did. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. My scout squad stood still. Both my intercessors and my lieutenant stood still. My dark vengeance, my land speeder vengeance stood still. All of these dude bros moved up over here. Everybody moved up this way. In from reserves came one of my 5-man squads of Reavers with the bolt pistols and knives. My Inceptors dropped in over here. And then my Reaver squad with the bolt carbines dropped in over there. And that is it. I've got 1 more squad in reserve that I'm keeping there. So that's it for movement phase. At the end of the movement, or not at the end of the movement phase, but when my Inceptors dropped in, my opponent decided he wanted to use the stratagem, but I wanted to show it, so we're just doing it now. He wanted to use the stratagem against my Inceptors called Forewarn, which is it's 2 command points and a unit within 6 inches of a Farseer. Can fire at a unit that just came in from reserve, so he's going to shoot into my Inceptors over here. So this roll here is to see if he gets back those command points on 6s. Nope, does not get them back, so he's down to 3 command points. But now he is going to try to shoot them with the white-helmed Dire Avengers because they still have guide off. So we'll come back to you with that. All right, here go the shots hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of guide. Yep, that's all. That's good. Excellent. All right, so 1 miss. Not bad. All right, now these are going to be wounding on 5s because they're toughness 5 with their Gravis armor there. So 5s to wound. All right, so we've got 2. Yeah, that's so 4 total wounds. 4 total wounds, 2 of which are at AP -3, right? All right, so we'll do those 2 first. That's 2 at AP -3. These are looking for 6-up saves. Making 1 of them, so I take 1 wound so far, and then 2 at 3-up saves. And yeah, what? Man. All right, so now onto the psychic phase. He's going to cast Mind Wipe onto his Wraith Knight over there. So looking for a 7. Whoa, get back here. Getting it with an 8. Would you like to try to deny that? All right. Farseer, who got the +1 to his denies over here. So looking for an 8. No, only gets a 7. All right, so now what we do is we roll off and add our leadership. We both have leadership 9, so it is a roll off of dice here. So who gets higher? Oh, I'm gonna spend a command point on this. So into a 2. This is just a tie, which means yeah, nothing has to, nothing. So nothing happens there, but do I get the command point back? I do. Of course I've rolled a 6 then. And then he's going to cast Smite into him. Getting it with a 5. Would you like to?
Same Farseer is actually doing it.
Same Farseer is, yeah, denies it with a 6. Blah, blah. All right, starting off the shooting phase. My Hellblaster is going to fire into his Wraith Knight. I'm going to supercharge. I'm also going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age, which gives them +1 to the damage for their weapons. So let's see if they get, if I get my command point back. I don't, so I'm down to 6 command points. We'll now do it 1 at a time. So we'll start with the first guy. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Second guy. 1 hit, but re-rolling 1s because of the Master there. That's a hit. That is a miss, but not a blow-up. That is a miss and not a blow-up, and a hit. That is 2 hits. That is a miss and a hit. 2 hits. And 2 more hits. Pretty good. So these are now strength 8. He's got toughness 8. Looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Oh, man. That is not great. All right, so we got 4 wounds at AP -4. These are going to be 5-up invul saves, so 4 5-ups. Makes 1 of them, so that is going to be 9 more wounds onto him. All right, so now my Landspeeder Vengeance is going to fire into him. I'm going to supercharge, so it becomes heavy D6. 6 shots. Oh, that's pretty brutal. All right, so we got 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, I get to reroll 1s because he's by the Master there. All right, into a hit. That's much better than the Hellblaster so far. So it's going to be 5 hits. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. All right, so 3 wounds at AP -3. So it's 5-up invul save still. Making 2 of them, so he takes another 3 damage. All right, so now my Inceptors are going to fire into his Dark Reapers up here. There's only 2 of them left because he killed 1 guy. So we're going to have 12 shots here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, wow, really good. These are strength 5, so wounding on 3s. All right, not getting to reroll anything on that. So we've got 5 wounds at AP -1, so we've got 5 armor saves. What's our armor? 3-ups. So we got 5 3-ups. And he makes all but 1, so 1 guy is dead. All right, so now these Reavers over here, 4 of them are in range to fire their bolt pistols into the Dark Reapers up there, so we'll do those shots. Hitting on 3s. Okay, they're not quite as good. That is a wound, AP -1, so 3-up. And he's good. And then 1's gonna fire into the dude bros over here, the bikers. That's a hit. That is a tough 4, so that is a wound. looking for a 4-up save. 5-up save. No, he gets a 4. All right, so my Reavers over here are going to fire their bolt carbines into his Guardian Squad of Air. He is going to spend a command point on Celestial Shield. Does he get it back? Nope, he does not. So he's down to 2. These are now going to be the bolt carbines, so 10 shots here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, pretty good. Wounding on 3s. Okay, so we got 4 wounds. It would be 5-up saves because of their armor, but because of Celestial Shield, they get a 4-up invul save. Failing 2 of them, so 2 are dead. All right, these Inceptors here are going to... Intercessors, not Inceptors. Wish they were Inceptors. These Intercessors here are going to fire. 3 of them have line of sight onto the War Spiders, and 1 guy has range onto the Dark-Helmed Dire Avengers. So we're going to fire with... he's going to do Warp Jump, or Warp Flicker Jump, Flicker something, whatever. So they don't die. If it was a double 1, one of them would be dead, but now they're -1 to hit. So the 3 guys that have range over there are going to be hitting on 4s. Okay, rerolling 1s because they stood still for Grim Resolve. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on toughness 3, right? So 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds at AP -1. 4-up saves. Failing all 3 of them. And then the 1 guy here into the Dark-Helmed Dire Avengers. That's a hit. That is not a wound. Oh, but within range of the lead lieutenant. I forgot about that guy back there. Yeah, that's a wound. AP -1. That is not a save. All right, the squad in the back here. 1 guy is in range and have line of sight onto them over there. So they onto those guys. They're going to flicker jump again. No, they're good to go, but -1 to hit. So 4-up hit. No, that's a miss. All right, 4 of my scouts are in range of the Dark-Helmed Dire Avengers over here. They're going to fire on them, hitting on 3s. All right. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. AP nothing. So 2 4-ups. Makes 1 of them. And now my lieutenant over here is going to fire into the War Spiders over there. So flicker jump. No, he's good to go. So -1 to hit. So hitting on 4s. That one's cocked. All right, so that's 1 hit. That is a wound. AP nothing. They're good. And now my Ancient is going to fire into the Dark-Helmed Dire Avengers. That is 1 hit. That is not a wound. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, these Reavers are going to charge into his bikes over here. So they're going to fire Overwatch, hitting on 6s. Getting no hits there. Rerolling 1s.
Shuriken.
Oh, because of Shuriken and BL10. Forgot about that. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. And that is a save. So now you need a 9-inch charge to get in. And they are in with an 11-inch charge. All right, so that's it for the in the assault phase. So now into the fight phase, my Reavers are going to attack into his bikes. They've got 2 attacks base each, except for the Sergeant who has 3 attacks base, and then they each get 1 attack each additionally because of the combat knives. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, missing. Wow. Okay, they really came to fight. So missing 3, wounding on 4s. Apparently they didn't come get. That was a wound. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds. AP nothing, so 7 4-ups. There we go. Failing, that one's cocked back there. All right, so making 2 of them, that means that there was 5 wounds. They're 2 wounds each. So that's enough to wipe the squad. That squad is taken out. All right, so that's the end of the turn here. At the end, we have a morale test. This, because BL10 is +1 to all Aspect Warriors leadership, these guys actually are the only ones that can actually fail their leadership here. So they, on a 6, would lose 1 guy. No, they're good with a 5 because it was like they lost 4, right? They lost 2. These guys lost 2? No, they only lost 2? Oh, okay, so they're good to go. They're fine. But that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. At the end of the turn, I will burn and pillage this objective here because I control it, which is pretty good for me. So that is it for the movement. That's it for the Dark Angel's turn. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 2. All right, we forgot the orbital debris, so we're actually going to. I'm going to do mine, and then he'll do his for this turn. So here we go. Mine. I do get 1. I'm going to put it onto the Wraith Knight. I would have put it onto that anyway. D3 mortal wounds. He takes 1 mortal wound. And then you get to roll 3 for the beginning of your phase. You also get 1. Which unit would you like to place it on, sir?
Just go with that.
Going onto my Inceptors over here. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. So that kills the squad. There's a giant meteor just comes and lands right on top of them, flattening them dead as they stand there. Pretty brutal. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 2. His Wave Serpent moved up over this way. All these dude bros, all these Dire Avengers are moving up close over here. So did his Wraith Knight. So did his Bone Singer. So did his Farseer. This Farseer moved up over that way. These guys kind of stood where they were. He liked where they were. These guys stood where they were. Same thing with his Autarch, but his Wave Serpent dropped in over this way. Moved in over this way, didn't drop in. These guys gathered up over this way, looking on to my Reavers over here. And then his final squad of Warp Spiders. Thank you, that's the word I was looking for. Warp Spiders dropped in over here 9 inches away from my Inceptors. My Intercessors. God, I can't calling it Inceptors. Anyway, so at the end of, at the beginning of the turn, my opponent actually declared that he's going to use, what's it called again?
Tears of Isha.
Tears of Isha. And he's going to try to heal him D3 wounds, or will heal him D3 wounds. But he's going to see if he gets his command points back. He gets one of them back, so he keeps 1. So he's down to 1 command point. And he heals up 3 wounds. Pretty brutal. That's awesome. All right, in the psychic phase, his Bone Singer is going to heal his Wraith Knight here. D3 wounds. Heals him 1 wound. All right, so his Farseer here is going to guide his Warp Spiders over there, looking for a 7. Ooh, Perils with a double 1. So I think, yeah.
But D3.
Takes D3 mortal wounds, takes 2 mortal wounds. All right, so Farseers actually have a 2-up, feel no pain against mortal wounds caused by Perils of the Warp, so he doesn't take any wounds. Pretty brutal, but it doesn't go off. And now he's going to smite into the Hellblasters over here. Goes off with a 6. I'm going to try to. He's going to use the Spirit Stone to reroll that 2. Into a 10. Oh, brutal. All right, so I'm going to try to deny that because I don't feel like them dying. So looking for an 11. No, don't get it. So D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. All right, so 1 is dead. Let's see if he gets to shoot. He doesn't. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Okay, still doesn't, but do I get to keep that command point? I don't. Womp womp. This Farseer is going to cast Fortune onto his Wraith Knight. Goes off with an 8. And then he's going to cast Doom onto my Hellblasters. Doomy doomy doom. Doom doom doom. Yep, goes off with a 10. So starting off the shooting phase, his Autarch is going to toss a grenade down onto these bros over here. So hitting on a...
How many shots?
Oh, how many shots? He gets 1 shot. Hitting on a 2. No hit there.
He gets a reroll.
He gets to reroll 1, so rerolling that 1 into a 2, so that is a hit. Barely, but a hit. Strength 4, 6 is a wound. AP -1, so looking for a 4-up. They're good with a fell phase. Woo! Alright, so his Wave Serpent here is going to fire everything into them, including his Spirit Stones that he's going to fire there. So, his shield, sorry. Serpent shield. Sorry, my bad. So these are going to be the 9 shots from the Shuriken cannons first, right?
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Alright, rerolling 1s. Alright, so that is 1 more hit there, which is pretty good. These are now going to be strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Getting 1, 2 wounds. 2 3-ups. And they're good. And then shoots the fires the shield on a 2-up.
Nope.
No, it does not go off. Oh, killer. All right, so now his Farseer here is going to fire into my Reavers. He has the Blazing Star of Vol, and he is going to fire into them. So he's going to have 6 shots, right? 6 shots because of that. These are going to be hitting on 3s or 2s, hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits there. These are now strength 4. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 at AP -3, and then 1 at not AP -3. So we're gonna have 1 at looking for a 3-up. Getting that one, and then we've got 2 6-up saves, and I failed them both. And now the spear. That is a hit.
Wounds on a 2-up.
Wounds on a 2-up. That is a 2-up.
Regular save.
Regular save. Yeah, he good. All right, so now the Guardians here are going to fire into my Reavers. We're going to have 14 shots, and one guy's going to fire the rocket. So we're going to go with the 14 shuriken shots first, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, which is pretty good, re-rolling the 1s. All right. Wow, all hits except for 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty good. And now these are going to be wounding on 4s.
So if I get that nice roll again.
No, not so much. Just get 3. All right, so 3 up saves. And I failed 2 of them, though. And firing a plasma missile. That is a hit.
Oh, 5 shots.
Oh, 5 shots. He keeps telling me this, and I keep forgetting. 5 shots. Those are hitting on 3s. That's all hits again. Wow, pretty good on the hitting there, buddy.
Yeah, let's see if that
all right. Strength 4.
Yeah.
So 1 wound. AP minus 1. No, that's 1 more wound. And now these Warp Spiders are going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. 8 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, failing 1 there. These are going to be Strength 4. Strength 6. I keep saying. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Ooh, wow, that's not great. 1, 2-up save. But I'm good. All right, so now the Dark Reapers here are going to fire into my Reavers over here. So they're going to use the Strength 5 shots. So these are going to be. So there's 3 guys that are doing that. So that's going to be 6 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling. So you got a couple re-rolls there. All right. Okay. There we go. That's going to be 4 hits. Now there's going to be Strength 5. So looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP minus 2, so looking for 5 ups. Failing both of them. Yeah, 2 damage each, so that's 2 dead Dubros. Ouch. Ouch. And a crack missile from the X-Arc. That is not a hit.
Well.
Re-rolling because of the Autark back into not a hit. His Wraith Knight here is going to fire into my Reavers in the back over there. So he's going to have 2 shuriken cannons. He is down to 9 wounds, which is actually back up to 9 wounds, I should say, which means he's still in his second profile here. So we're going to be hitting on 4s, I imagine, right? Yes. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s because... Oh, no, he doesn't get the BL10 bonus.
Scatter Laser isn't covered in that.
Oh, Scatter Laser, I forgot that. So these are going to be now Strength 6, right?
Yep.
So wounding on 3s, so it is 3 wounds. 3 ups. And a... What? Ugh. So now the Dark-Helmed Dire Avengers are going to fire into my Hellblasters. The X-Arc's going to fire a hand grenade. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s. That is all but 1 hit. These are now Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound. Minus 1, so 3 up save. Ooh, failed. That was a dead guy, so let's see if he gets to shoot. He does. He's going to fire into the Wraith Knight over there. So that is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP minus 4. 5 up. Save. Oh, and he makes them both. And now the regular guys are going to fire in there. Rerolling 1s. Alrighty. That's pretty good. That's all hits there.
Yep.
These are now Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound.
And re-rolling to wound because of Doom.
And re-rolling to 1s to wound because of Doom.
No, actually re-roll all.
Oh, re-roll all... 1 second. Yeah, it's re-rolling all failed wound rolls against that because of Doom, so here goes. Alright, that one's cocked back there. Alright. Re-rolling all failed wounds because of Doom. Alrighty, so that is going to be 3, 6, 9, 10 wounds.
And 3 of them, 4 of them are minus 3.
4 of them are minus 3, so we're gonna have 4 plus 1 because of cover. So looking for 4 5 ups. Wow. And then 6 2 ups. Make all of those at least. Still 2 dead guys. Let's see if they get to fire. One of them does. He's gonna fire into the Wraith Knight. 2 hits. 2 wounds. And 2 failed invul saves, so he takes another 4 wounds. Unfortunately, his field of pains, so 4 5-up field of pains, and he makes 2 of those, so he just takes 2 wounds. And now the white-helmed Dire Avengers are going to fire into the Hell Blasters over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and there's another one there. Alrighty, we'll come back to you with that. Alright, so wounding on 4s. Rerolling everything that fails because of doom. Doomy doomy doom. Doom doom doom. Alrighty, pretty brutal. So that is we've got 6, 9. Oh, that's 6 that are at AP -3, 5 that are not at AP -3. So we've got 6. AP -3 plus 1 because of cover, so looking for 5-ups. And failed. Ugh. 5 of the 6. And then we've got 5 2-up saves. And I make all of those. So that's still another 2 guys dead. Do they get to fire back? One of them does. He's going to fire into the Wraith Knight. That's 1 hit. That is 1 wound. That is a failed invul save. 2 5-ups. Makes 1 of them. Takes 1 more wound. All right, these Warp Spiders here are now going to fire into the Intercessor Squad over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, not rerolling anything. All right, and then these are going to be Strength 6, right? So I got it right that time. Wounding on 3s. So we got all but 2 wounds there. So that's going to be 5 wounds. Left my dice over here. 5 wounds, 5 3-ups. Failing 1 of them. And now this Wave Serpent is going to fire into my Reavers back over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. He's not shooting the shields this one. All right, so these are now going to be wounding on 3s. All right.
1-6.
There's 1-6, so 1 6-up save. Nope, that's 1 wound there. And then
5 others.
5 others, so 5 3-up saves. Failed 3 of them, so that's 2 guys dead. And the Farseer is going to fire his pistol into my Hell Blasters over there. That is not a hit.
Shuriken.
Oh, Shuriken though, gets to re-roll it. That's a hit now. That is not a wound though. But they're still doomed! There's a wound. Oh, I thought for the longest time I thought it was coming up. I thought it was coming up the 1. I saw the 1, but it didn't come, thankfully. All right, that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Autarch is going to charge into my Reaver over here. He's going to throw a crack grenade. So D3 shots, 3 shots. Looking for 6s. Getting that 6, so he's going to be -1 to hit. And his charge distance needs a 6, does not get it with a double 1. Now his Farseer here is going to charge into my Reaver. He is going to shoot with the bolt carbine because he's too far for the grenades. No hits there. His charge distance 7, is that in? Maybe 1 second. All right, so now he is just out. All right, so now his Wraith Knight's going to charge into my Hell Blasters. They are going to supercharge, so here come their shots, hitting on 6s. Getting a hit and a miss. Getting a 1, rerolling 1s because of the Master. So that's 1 hit. Strength 8, wounding on a 4. That's a wound. Fails that. 5-up, field of pains. 1. Just no, because it's just supercharged, so just 2. So 2. No, they both go through, so he takes 2 more wounds. And here comes his charge distance. No, does not make it with a 2. He's going to spend his last command point to re-roll 1 of them. 5 inches should get him in, but do you get your command point back? No, he doesn't. So he's out of command points, but 5 inches should get him in. And he's in. All right, so starting off the fight phase now, his Wraith Knight is going to attack into my Hell Blasters. Both my Master and my Ancient heroically intervened. So here come the shots into the Hell Blasters. 12 shots because he's going to use his feet. Hitting on 5s because he's injured. So he's got 3 hits. Strength a bajillion, right? Strength 8. So looking for 2s. Oh, 1 wound. AP... AP -2. So looking for a 5-up. No, do not make it. So that is 1 Hellblaster dead. Does he get to punch back? He does. So let's see if he can do anything. Hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Wounding on a 6. That is a wound. Regular save. He's good with a 5. Oh, that would have been funny. So now I'm activating my my master. He's going to use the Boltstorm Gauntlet in combat there. So we're going to have 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Hitting on 3s because -1 to hit because of the gauntlets being unwieldy. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Okay, it's 2 misses. 3 hits. Strength 8 because of strength ×2. So looking for a 4 to wound. Getting 2 wounds at AP -3. So 2 5-ups. Makes one of them, fails 1. D3 damage. 2 damage. 2 5-ups because of fortune. And he makes one of them, so he takes 1 wound. Now my lone intercessor is going to fire. Or going to attack. He gets 2 hits. No wounds. And then the ancient's going to attack. That is 3 hits. Getting 1 wound. 1 regular save. And he makes that. And that is it for the phase here. So we're going to go on to the morale phase. He lost 4 guys, 4+. 1 is good. He lost 4 guys, 4+. 6 is not good. Rerolling because of when they show no rules. 5 plus 4 is 10. Yeah, he is running away. And then he lost 8 guys. Plus 3 is 11, which works out because he... no. It's not good. I need a 2 or better for him. No, so he runs away too. And that is it for the Eldar turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn... whatchamacallit, turn 2. Thank you. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. My scouts stood still. My 1 Reaver here moved up over that way. The 2 guys in combat with the Wraith Knight fell back out of combat. Everyone else kind of just shuffled up over this way. He stood still where he was. All the intercessors are starting to move up this way towards his warp spiders, along with the lieutenant. And then my last squad of Reavers dropped in over here 9 inches away from his guardians. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, starting off the psychic phase, he's going to cast Smite onto the Wraith Knight, looking for a 5. Getting it with a 6. He's going to try to deny it with him. Gets a 6, so not enough. Spirit Stone, he gets to reroll. Cocked. Into a 5 to 10, so that is denied. And then he's going to cast Aversion onto him. Going off with a 6. Trying to deny it. No, does not deny it, so he has -1 to hit. Alright, so now my Landspeeder Vengeance is going to start by firing into his Wave Serpent over here. Heavy D6, he's going to supercharge, so 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Both hits. Both wounds, AP -3. 6s. Neither goes, so that is 6 damage onto him because he already fired off his. Oh yeah, he gets 6 up, feel no pain on these, but he doesn't get the -1 to the wound because he already shot off his thing. No, they all go through, so that's 6 damage to him. And the heavy bolter's firing in, re-rolling once because of the master. That is toughness not enough, so I needed a 5. No wounds there. All right, so now my intercessors here are going to fire into his warp spiders. Flicker jump. They're good, so it's going to be hitting on 4s. Wow, that really worked well. Those 3s. Reroll that one because it's cocked. All right, that was a hit before I got knocked away. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds at AP -1. Fails all of them.
Now this squad here is going to fire into them. All but 1 guy can see him. All but 1 guy is in the rapid fire. He's sent up for flicker jump. Is good to go. So hitting on 4s. Oh, great. Wounding on 3s. Reloading 1s because of the lieutenant. So that's 2 wounds at AP -1. Failed both of them. And the lieutenant here is going to fire his bolt pistol into him. Oh, you do your flicker jump. See if it passes.
Yeah, I really wanted to send it.
Ooh, 3 is fine. It's good. They only need double 1s as the dead. So that is a miss.
The lieutenant here is going to throw a crack grenade into the Wraith Knight. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP -2. Oh, he's good with a 5-up. Chaplain's going to do the same thing. That is a hit. That is not a wound. And my librarian, the same thing. That is not a hit, but re-rolling because of the master there. That is a hit. That is a wound. That is a save. These scouts here are going to fire into his Darkhelm guys there. 2 of them are in rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s because they didn't move. Wounding on 3s. So that is 3 wounds, sir. 3 regular saves. Failed 1 of them. All right, we're going to do the meteor thing because I forgot about that. But nothing goes off. That's fine. He's going to throw a crack grenade into him. That is a hit. That is a... hold on a second. That is not a wound. All right, so on to the assault phase now. These Reavers are going to charge into his Guardians here. Overwatching. Getting 1 hit, but re-rolling 1s because of it being Shuriken and him being BL Tan. Pretty good. 1 more there. All right, so that's going to be 2 hits. That is 1 wound. No save. And now they need a 9-inch charge. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Into a 9, so he's in. Do I get to keep the command point? I do not. All right, so now my Reaver down here is going to charge into his Dark Reapers. So I'm going to, he's going to fire Overwatch. 1 guy can actually see him over there, so he's going to fire his Overwatch. No hits there. So here we go, needing a 6-inch charge, and he's in. And now these Intercessors are going to charge into his Warp Spider over here. Overwatching 1, reroll that one. All right, nope, nothing there. Their charge distance. Yeah, it's totally in. And now my Lieutenant's going to charge into his Wraith Knight over here. So Overwatching. Getting 2 hits. Wounded on 3s. No wounds there. Yeah, he's totally in. Now the Chaplain's going to charge. Totally in. And my Librarian's going to charge. And he is totally in as well. All right, starting off the fight phase. My Sergeant over here is going to attack into the Dark Reapers, hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. 3 regular saves. What's he at? 3 ups?
3 ups.
And he makes them all. My Librarian is going to attack into him. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of the, whatchamacallit, the Chaplain over there. Wounding on 6s. Getting 1 wound. Re-rolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. Getting 1 wound. AP -3. 5-up invul. No, goes through. D3 wounds. 2 wounds. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. And he makes 1, fails 1, so he's down to 2 wounds. Now the Chaplain's going to attack in there. 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Wait one second. So that's all hits with the Crozier's Arcanum. Wounding on 5s because it's strength +1. So that is 2 wound re-rolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. That's 3 wounds at AP -1. So 4 ups. Makes 1, fails, makes 2, fails 1. That's 2 damage. So it's going to be 2 5-ups. Oh, and he makes 1 down to 1 wound. And now the Lieutenant's going to attack in. Re-rolling because of the the Chaplain there. Wounding on 6s. Getting 1 wound. Oh man, regular save. Oh, and he makes it. So now my Reavers over here are going to attack in, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 3s. Alright, we've got 4, 8, 9 wounds. 9 5-ups, right? Alright, 9 5-up saves. Oh, making a bunch. Wow. Failing 4 of them? Yeah, that's it. Failing 4 of them. Wow, killer. And now my Intercessors here are going to attack into his Warp Spider, hitting on 3s. Alright. Wounding on 3s. We've got 5 wounds. 5. What? How many saves? What saves? 3-up saves. 5 3-ups. Failing all 3 of them, so he is dead. Alright, so now the Wraith Knight is going to attack with his sword into my lieutenant over here. Hitting on 6s because he has aversion on him. Getting no hits. And now the Dark Reapers are going to attack back. Hitting on 3s. Alright, getting 1 hit. That is a 3, no wound. And now the Guardians, Guardians, I got it right. Don't doubt yourself, Phil, are going to attack back. So they're going to hit on 3s, or hitting on 4s, though, so no hits there. Alright, so at the end of the turn here, the Guardians here have to take a morale test. They lost 4 guys, so 4 plus 4 is 8. They lose 1 guy. All right, so that is it for morale test. That's it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar on turn 3. Actually remembering the meteors, but no hits. Okay. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. His Wave Serpent moved up over here. All of these dude bros, the Dire Avengers plus the Bone Singer and the Farseer moved up over this way. His Dark Reapers, thank you, fell out of combat over here. His Autarch moved up underneath my dude bro. His Wave Serpent moved up over this way. His Spiders moved up towards my Reavers. Same thing with his Farseer, and the Guardians fell back out of combat. And that is it for the movement for the Eldar here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the that's it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so starting off the psychic phase, his Bone Singer is going to heal up his Wraith Knight, 2 wounds. All right, now his Farseer is going to get Will of Azorian.
Need a 5.
Needing a 5, goes off with a 6. And now he's going to smite into the lieutenant. Goes off with a 10. I'm going to try to deny that. Not getting it, so D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. And then this Farseer is going to Fortune into the Knight. Getting it with 7. And then he's going to Doom the Reavers. Does not get it with 4. Yeah. Rerolling it with the Spirit Stones, and it does go off with an 11. Alright, so now starting at the shooting phase, his Farseer is going to fire into my Reavers with the Burning Star of Vol, hitting on 2s. Alright, except for 1. Rerolling because it's Shuriken. Alright, these are now going to be wounding on 3s. Oh no, 4s. Wounding on 4s. But Doom, so getting to reroll all of those. Alright, pretty good. So 1 is a 6, so that's looking for a 6 up. Don't get that one. And then we've got 4 that are 3-ups. And I make all of those. And now the Warp Spiders are shooting into them. 8 shots, hitting on 3s. Alright, wounding on 3s. Rerolling, no need to, oh yes, 1 reroll, so that's 4 wounds. AP minus nothing, so 3-ups. And I make them all, woo! This Wave Serpent here is going to fire into the Lieutenant over there. Alright. And then that 2 is rerolling 1s because of Shuriken. These are going in on 3s.
And 2 6s.
And 2 6s. So 2 6-ups, 5-up saves because he's on cover there. Make 1 of those. And then I've got 4 2-up saves. Oh, fail another one, so he's down to 1 wound. Now the Wraith Knight's going to fire into the Lieutenant there. Hitting on 6s because he's -1 to hit because of what is it? What's the thing? A something. I don't remember. Because of aversion, I knew. I figured it out. I didn't have to look at the card. And now this Wave Serpent's going to do the same thing into the Lieutenant, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, rerolling 1s. Alrighty.
Actually,
these are pretty good. And now wounding on 3s. 6s are AP minus 3. So that's 1 minus 3. Nope, that is a dead Lieutenant. He's within range of the banner, but he doesn't get to shoot.
And
now the White Helm squad is going to shoot into the Ancient back there, and the Exarch, Exarch, I got it right. Hey, Exarch's going to throw his grenade into the Chaplain. because of the beta rules, characters don't block other characters. So these are going to go into the Ancient first. All right. So these are going to be, what's it going to be? It's going to be 18 shots, right?
Yep.
All right, 18 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of them being Bielton. All right. That was just another, we haven't thrown the grenade. That wasn't the grenade. That was just the dice that he happened to pick up. All right, those are ones that are hits. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. I got to roll that back one. That one there, I didn't get rolls. All right. So we've got 3 6s and another 3 non-6s. So the 3 6s are looking for 5 ups because he's in cover, making one of them. And then we've got 3 2 ups, and I failed 2 of them. So he takes 3 wounds, down to 1. No, it's 4 wounds. He's dead. But does he get to roll shoot back because of himself? He does. So he's going to fire into the Dark Helm squad over there. That's 1 hit. That is a wound, AP -1. And that's 1 dead guy. And then the hand grenade into the chaplain. 6 shots. All hits, really good. And 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP -1, +1, looking for 3 ups. And I failed 2 of them. My bad, the Ancient's still alive, so he didn't get to shoot into him. Yeah, that's just where we're gonna go there. All right, so the Dark Helm guys are now gonna fire into the Ancient, and then crack grenade, or the grenade into the chaplain. So we're gonna go with the shots that are coming now into the Ancient, hitting on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s is 1 1. All right. All right, and these are now wounding on 4s. Ooh, got 3 6s and 3 non-6s. So 3 5 ups. And just, he's enough, he's dead. But now let's see if he gets to shoot back. He does. He's gonna fire into the Dark Helmed guys. That was cocked. All right. That is not a wound. And the grenade into the chaplain. That is 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Failing 1. Wounding on 4s. Getting 3 wounds. 3 3 ups, he's good. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Farseer is going to charge into my Reavers over here. So I'm going to, one of them is going to throw a shock grenade. So that's going to be 2 shots. Not getting any hits there. The 4 are going to fire heavy bolt pistols and getting no 6s there. So his charge distance is totally in. Now the Autarch's gonna shoot straight through the floor, get right into him. And now the Wraith Knight is gonna charge into the Chaplain. That is in. I'm actually gonna show, I forgot the crack grenade is not a hit, but re-rolling ones because of the Master is not a hit. All right, so he is in. All right, starting the fight phase, his Wraith Knight is going to attack into my Chaplain over here. He is going to use his Feats of Fury, and he's going to attack in here. 12 attacks, hitting on 6s. Getting 3 hits, not bad. All right, so it's 3 hits. Strength 8, so wound on 2s. That is 2 wounds.
-2.
AP -2 would be a 5 up, but he's got a 4 up Rosaria save. Has he been praying to the Emperor? He has, sort of. D3 damage. Oh, but he has not been praying enough because he is now dead. All right, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to interrupt over here. Do I get 1 command point back? I don't, so I'm down to 2. He is going to attack into his Autarch over there. So we're going to have 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Alrighty, that one's cocked. That is another 1. So, boop, 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound.
3 up save.
3 up save. He's good. All right, so now the Autarch's going to respond, hitting on 3s because he's using his glaive. Ooh, really good. So that's 4 hits. Strength 8, so wounding. Oh, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. That is 4 wounds. -3. So we've got 4 6 up saves. Get back here. No, he is way dead. And now the Farseer is going to swing into my Reavers over here. That is 2 hits.
Winning on 2.
That is 2 wounds. AP.
Nothing.
Nothing, so 2 3-ups. And they're good with fill faces. Woo! Alright, so now my Reavers are going to attack back T4. So against this T4. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Whoa, and I'm knocking everything everywhere. We'll come back to that. Alright, wounding on 4s. Ouch. So we've got 4 wounds. AP nothing, so 4 ups, and he makes 3 of them. Alright, now the Glacial Librarian's going to attack back. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Wounding on 6s. Oh, not getting anything. Alright, so that is it for the Eldar turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. Alright, so first things first, we have to roll for the Orbital Debris. Getting 1. So I'm going to put the D3 mortal wounds onto his Wraith Knight there. Here we go, D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. 5 ups. Making neither of them. So he takes 2 wounds down to 1. Alright, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. My scouts moved up over to here. My master fell back, so moved back, and my librarian fell back. My Landspeeder Vengeance stood still. My lieutenant advanced up over here 6 inches. These guys spread out along there. That squad of intercessors advanced up there 6 inches as well, which is pretty good. Got a lot of really good advances, which was nice. And my Reavers over here stayed in combat. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so my librarian is going to cast Smite into his knight there. So looking for 5, getting it with a 7. He is going to deny. He gets +1, so looking for a 7. Gets it with a 9. And then he's going to cast Aversion onto him. Does not get it with a 5. All right, now into the shooting phase. My Reavers are going to fire into his Farseer there with their pistols. Hitting on 3s. They didn't move in the movement phase, so re-rolling that 1. That's a hit. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Getting 4 wounds at AP -1. 4 ups. Fails 2 of them. Alright, my Landspeeder here is going to fire heavy bolters into the War Spiders. They're good, so it's going to be a -1 to hit. And then he's going to fire the plasma thingies into the Knight over here. So we're going to go with the, and he's going to supercharge. We're going to go with the heavy bolters first. Hitting on 4s. Re-rolling 1s because of the Master. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. Cocked. Ooh, what is that?
Wounded.
What is it?
Dead.
Dead. 1 dead guy. And now the plasma into him. 2 shots. I'm actually gonna spend a command point. So getting 4 shots. Do I get a command point back? I do. So 4 shots. Hitting on 3s. All right. That's 1 miss. Wounding on 4s. Re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant over there. Getting 1 wound. AP -3. Oh, and he's good. And now my master's going to fire into him with his Boltstorm Gauntlet. That is 3 hits. Looking for 6s. Getting re-rolling 1s. Oh, no, he's out of range of him, so nothing. Now my scouts are going to fire into his knight there. Not re-rolling 1s. They did move. Getting 1 6. Oh, but he's good. And now my intercessors are going to fire into his knight there. All right, they did move. Wounding on 6s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. No, he's good. All right, that is it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. My Reavers are going to attack into his Farseer over here, hitting on 3s. All right. Whoops, I'm knocking things over. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. AP nothing, so 6 3-ups, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go. 6 3-ups. And fails 1 of them. And he gets his 2 swings back. That is 1 hit. That is no wound. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We will come back to you. Actually, right now, why don't we just do the Orbital Debris while I remember, because I will forget. No Orbital Debris, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. His Wraith Knight's moving up over this way. Did he move or no? The Wave Serpent? It kind of shuffled a bit, maybe a bit over this way. But the rest of these guys all started moving up closer to these ways. This guy's over here. They stood still up here. This Wave Serpent dropped around over here. The Spirit Farseer, jeez, get it right. It fell back out of combat over there, and everyone else is looking around at my Reavers. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so now the Bone Singer is going to heal up the Wraith Knight. 1 wound. Farseer here is going to cast Will of Azurian. Goes off with a 7, and now he's going to smite into my Psyker. Getting it with a 10, I'm going to try to deny it. I've got the Psychic Hood, so I'm going to get +1 to this. Nope. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. He is going to doom into the Reavers.
7.
Sneaking for 7. That one's cocked, so 2 plus 5 is 7. He's good to go. And now smiting into the Reavers. Getting it with a 11 D6 mortal wounds. 4 mortal wounds. And that is it for the Psychic phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. Actually, it's -1 to the second smite there. So he actually got a 10, which means it was only 2 wounds. So that means one of the guys is back over here, which is, I mean, that's okay by me. All right, so now his dark Reapers are going to fire their Strength 8s into my my Land Speeder Vengeance. The regular guys re-rolling because of the Autarch there, so that is going to be 3 hits, and the Exarch, that's all hits, so that's 4 hits. Strength 8, these are going to be wounding on 3s, so that's 2 wounds and 3 wounds, all AP -2, right?
Yep.
All right, and they're all
3 damage each. That one's D6.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 that are 3 damage each. He's got cover because of dug in, because he hasn't moved the entire game. So AP -2, +1, looking for a 4-up. Failed them both, so that's 6 damage onto him. And then the last one here, same thing. Oh, failed that. D6, another 3, 9 wounds. Yeah, he's dead. Does he explode? No, he doesn't, thankfully. All right, so now the white-helmed Dire Avengers are going to fire into the Glacial Librarian over here. The crack grenade is a hit, or plasma grenade, sorry, whatever it is. 3 hits, I'm sorry. Hitting on 3s. That's 1 hit. That is 1 wound. That is a save. And now the Shuriken Cannon, or Shuriken Guns. Rerolling 1s to hit because of it being BL-10. Wow, that was real good. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, we've got 2 that AP -3. Looking for 5s, making 1 of them, so he's still alive. And then we've got 5 at AP nothing, so 2 up saves. And he's good. And now the dark-helmed Dire Avengers here are going to fire. The Exarch is going to throw his crack grenade into the Glacial Librarian, and the other guys are going to fire into the Scouts. So here comes the plasma grenade. 1 shot, but not a hit. And now the other shots into the Scouts. Rerolling 1s to hit. Wow, that is all hits. They really want the Scouts dead. Come on, Jenkins, you can do this. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, there was 6 wounds, no 6s, so it's going to be AP nothing +1 because of cover, so 6 3-ups. And I failed 1 of them. And now his Wave Serpent's going to fire into the Scouts over here, so we've got 9 shots hitting on 3s. All right, no 1 misses, so it's just those 3 2s. And these are now going to be wounding on 4s. Because it's strength 6, right? Yeah. So wounding on 3s. So that's going to be 4 wounds there. AP nothing though. Oh, the 1/6 is -3 +1, looking for a 6-up. Nope, 1 dead, and then 3 3-ups, and they're good there. And now the Wraith Knight is going to fire into the Scouts. These are going to be hitting on 5s because he doesn't have aversion on them. Getting 1 hit.
3.
Looking for a 3. No wound. And now the Guardians are going to fire into my Reavers, the plasma missiles. That's going to be 3 shots. That is 1 hit. That is not a wound. And now the other shots here. Those are all hits. Those are 4 wounds.
1 at -3.
1 at -3, so 1 6 up and he's good. Woo! And then we've got 3 other saves. And those are all good too. Now the Farseer, because he's got fly, is going to fire into them. That's re-rolling 1 because of BL10. Those are all hits. Those are 2 of them at AP -3. So making 1 of those, so that's 1 wound there, and then what is it? 4 others? 3 others, and making all of those. And now the War Spiders are going to fire into them 6 shots. Alrighty.
We're down, but I don't think that mattered yet.
And now we're going to have looking for 3s to wound, getting 2 wounds. Failing both of them. Oh man. And now the Wave Serpent is going to fire everything into them. So 9 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s. All right. So that's going to be re-rolling because of Doom. So that's 6 wounds. 2 of them are at AP -3, right?
Yeah.
2 at AP -3. That's dead guy. And 1 wound left on the other guy. So that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase, the Knight is going to charge into both my Librarian and my Master. They're both going to throw crack grenades on 6s. Rerolling 1s because of the Master. No, nothing there. His charge distance. Yeah, it's totally in. And now the Black Helm Squad is going to charge into the Librarian. They are in. And now the White Helm Squad is going to do the same thing. And they are in as well. Horse Fighters are going to charge in here. I'm going to throw a shock grenade. So 2 shots. Getting a hit, so they're going to be -1 to hit, but their charge distance is totally in. Now the Guardians are going to charge in. They're in. All right, so that's it for charges into the fight phase. His Knight's going to go first. He's going to swing with his sword into my Master with 2 attacks, right?
Yeah.
And then he's going to do his feet. He's going to try to kick my Librarian with those. So that's going to be an additional 4 attacks from that, but they're going to become, oh no, additional 2 attacks, which become 6 attacks. So we're going to do the 2 swords, hitting on 5s. Uh-oh, getting 1 hit. Strength a bajillion, so 2s to wound. That's a wound. AP -4. Let me see if he's got an invul. Yep, he's got an Iron Halo, so 4 up. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! And now the kicks into my Librarian. Hitting on 5s, that's, wow, okay, 3 hits. Strength, what is it?
8.
8, so looking for 2s again, that's 3 wounds. AP -2, right? So 5 ups. And I failed 2 of them, which is enough to kill him. All right, I'm going to spend my last 2 command points to interrupt over here. Do I get 1 back? I don't, so I'm out of command points. So we've got 4 attacks with him. Into the Warp Spiders. Cool, getting no hits. All right, so now his Warp Spiders are going to attack in.
Exarch.
Exarch, that is going to be 2 hits. Strength, 1 wound there. AP.
But Doom.
Oh, but Doom re-rolling there, so that's going to be 2 wounds.
-2.
AP -2. And I failed them both, so he is dead. All right, now my Master is going to punch back into the Knight over here. He's going to have 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, that's all hits. Strength 8, wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 5-up invul saves. And he makes them both. All right, and that is it for the Eldar turn here on turn 4. So we're going to do my orbital bombardments before we forget. Getting 1, I'm obviously putting it onto the Knight over there. And that's 2 mortal wounds. He is just dead because he doesn't have fortune, right? Yeah, so he just dead, but he doesn't explode, so he is just dead. All right. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. My scout stood still. My master moved up over here. My lieutenant moved up over here. These intercessors moved up over here, and those intercessors advanced up that way. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase since my Psyker is dead. All right, the scouts are going to fire into the Dark-helmed Dire Avengers. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. And failing 1 save. My master's going to shoot his Boltstorm Gauntlet into them. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 3 hits. That is 3 wounds. No AP. Still 2 dead. Lieutenant's going to fire his pistol into them. That's a hit. That is a wound. That is not a save. The intercessors are going to fire into the White Helm dude bros. Hitting on 3s. Oh, lots of 2s. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Back into a 1. So that is 2 wounds. AP -1, +1. Makes 1 save. All right, that's it for shooting. Now on to the assault phase. My master is going to charge into both squads of Dire Avengers and the Bone Singer. So we're going to go with the, this is the Dark-helmed squad first. They're going to be hitting on 5s because of them being fancy like that. 1 hit. That's going to be wounding on not a 1. And the grenade, 1 shot. Not a hit. And this is the White Helm squad on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. Reroll the 1-1. All right. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound and 1 6. So the 6 is going to be a 4-up invul save. He's good with that. And he's not good with the armor save. And his charge is totally in. My lieutenant's going to charge into both all of those guys as well. And he's in. And the intercessors are going to do the same thing. That's not going to get him in. All right, so now my lieutenant's going to start us off in the fight phase into the White-helmed guys there. He's got 5 attacks with the Heavenfall Blade. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the master. So that is all hits. Wounding on 2s because it's strength +2. All right, rerolling 1s because of himself. That is 5 wounds at AP -3. 5-up invul saves. Making 1 of them, so that is 4 dead guys. And now the master's going to put all his attacks into the Dark-helmed guys there, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because of himself, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant, so that is 5 wounds, AP -3.
So I gotta roll him in 2s because of a.
Oh, because it goes.
He has a 4-up invul.
Oh, he's got a 4-up invul, so we're going to have 2 at 5s. Nope, those are 2 dead, and then 1 save. So he's got 1 wound left. No, that 1 is 2 wounds each, so they are all dead. All right, so now his other guys here are going to attack into the master over there. Looking for 3s. No, nothing there from the Exarch. And then we've got 4 guys there. Getting 2 hits. Getting no wounds because he is toughness 5. So that is going to be it for the turn here. We have a morale test. They lost, what did they lose? 4 guys there, right? Because they're down to 5. Oh, they lost 5 guys there. So these are going to be 5 plus 4 is 9. But they're good because they were base 8, and then they got +1 because of BL10. So pretty good. So they're good there. So that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 4. We'll come back to you after, well, let's do the orbital debris while I can still remember it. Do 3 dice. 2 more. I'll let you only roll 1 if you want to. All right, so that is it for that. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here. These guys stood still. He moved up over this way. He advanced or moved? He just moved up over this way. The warp spiders did their little warp dance jump up over here, 27 inches. Unbelievable. And he just moved up over here, and that is it for the movement phase. These guys stayed in combat there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. Start with the psychic phase. He is going to smite into my master. Getting it with a 9. So D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. Killer. And he is going to doom into my intercessors. That is doomed to the max. The other Farseer is going to smite my lord, looking for a 6 now. No, doesn't get it, but re-rolling because of his, whatchamacallit, so that goes off. D3 mortal wounds. That is 2 mortal wounds, and he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. Which doesn't matter in this scenario. And then the Bone Stinger is going to smite into my Lieutenant, plus -2, so that's not going to go off there. Alright, so over here, the Dark Reapers are going to fire into my Intercessors over there. So, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the Autarch. Alright, re-rolling because of the Autarch there. Alright, so that is all hits, strength 5, right?
Yep.
Looking for 3s to wound. Oh, all wounds. So that is 6 wounds at -2. So 6 wounds at -2, +1 because they're in cover. So looking for 4 ups. And I failed 1, 2 of them. So that's 2 dead guys because it's 2 wounds each. And now the rocket. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, the Guardians here are going to fire their plasma missile into them over there. It's going to get 6 shots, killer. These are going to be hitting on 3s, all but 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, right? So that's 3 wounds. I didn't take enough dice with me. And I failed 1 of them, so 1 wound. All right, that Wave Serpent is going to fire into my Intercessors over here. So, hitting on 3s. All right. Rerolling 1s because of it being Shuriken and him being BL Tan. Wounding strength 6, right? Yep. So wounding on 3s.
And rerolling for Doom.
Rerolling because of Doom. Doomy, doomy, doom. All right, all wounds, 2 of which are 6s. So we've got 2 6 up, AP -3, so 2 6 ups. Failed both of them, so that's a dead guy. And then we've got another 6 that are coming in here at 3 ups. And I failed 1 of those. All right. And now the Warp Spiders are going to fire into the Intercessors. All right. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling because of, that's one's cocked back there. All right, rerolling because of Doom. So that's 4 wounds. And I failed 1 of them. This Wave Serpent here is going to fire into these dude bros over here. And he's going to fire his shield as well. So here come the 9 shots. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1. There was 1 1 in there. All right, so that's all hit. Or those are all hits. Failed 1 miss. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling because of Doom. 1 more 2 there. All right, so that is 6 wounds, 6 3 ups, and I failed 1 of them. Shield go off on 2 or better. It goes off. D3 mortal wounds, 1 mortal wound. All right, the Farseer is going to fire into my scouts over here. That is not a hit.
Shuriken.
Oh, but it's Shuriken, and that is a hit, and that's a wound, and that's a save. And now the Farseer and the Bone Stinger are going to charge in the charge phase into my Lieutenant over there. So we're going to go with the Bone Stinger first. He is in, and then the Farseer is also in. All right, so now starting the fight phase, the Farsinger is going to swing in. That is 1 hit. That is 1 wound. AP, nothing. Oh, but he takes a wound. It actually does D3 wounds. So 2 wounds. Oh. And now the Bone Stinger is going to attack in. Hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. All right, that's 1 hit. And that is no wound. And now the Guardian is going to attack. We're going to go with the Exarch first. So that is 1 hit. 1 wound. AP -3, right?
2.
AP -2.
Wave's actually strength 4.
Okay. AP -2. So this is going to be a looking for a 5 up. No, failed that one. And now 4 guys for the other ones. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Getting nothing. And now my Lieutenant's going to attack back into his Farseer. Hitting on 2s. All right. No reroll. Master is dead. Wounding on toughness 3, right? Or toughness 4? Toughness 3. So looking for 2s to wound because he's got +2 strength on his Heavenfall Blade. That is all wounds. AP -3. Does he have an invul?
Yeah.
All right. So we got 4 invul saves. Failing 2 of them. D3 each. That is going to be 3 wounds. All right, that's the end of the phase here. Now, at the end of the turn, those intercessors need to take a leadership test. They lost 3 plus 5 is 8. They're good to go because their sergeant is still alive. So that is it for the Eldar turn here on turn 4. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. First, we're going to do the meteors. Getting 1. I'm going to drop it on the Dark Reapers. Yeah, with 3 mortal wounds on the Dark Reapers. All right, movement for the Dark Angels. These guys just shuffled around. They moved up over this way. He stayed in combat, and then my scouts stood still. And that is it for movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so these intercessors are going to start us off. One's going to throw a crack grenade into his Wave Serpent. One's going to shoot his auto bolt rifle, his bolt rifle into the War Spider. So the crack grenade is not a hit. And then flicker jump because into the Warp Spiders. Oh, and one of them dies because of the flicker jump. And it isn't -1, right? Or is it still -1, but just one of them is dead. So here it goes, hitting on 4s. That's 1 hit. That is not a wound. All right, and this squad's going to do the same thing. One guy's going to throw a crack grenade. The other's going to fire their bolters into him. He's not going to jump. All right, so here we go. Crack grenade first. That's a hit. That is not a wound. And now here comes his shots. Here comes the shots hitting on 3s because he didn't jump. All right, that is 3 hits. That is 1 wound. And he's good. All right, and these intercessors are going to fire into the Warp Spider. He's going to jump. Oh, he's good. Hitting on 4s. Oh, see, it was a good call. Wounding on 3s. That's 3 wounds, AP -1.
Or better.
Fails 2 of them, so he is dead. And he's going to shoot his bolt pistol into the Guardians over there. That's a hit. That's a wound. That is a save. All right, so now my lieutenant's going to start us off in the fight phase. 3 attacks into the Bone Singer, 2 into the Farseer, the 3 into the Bone Singer first. Hitting on 2s. Oh, boy. Wounding on a 3. Oh, wounding on a 2. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Okay, at least there's a wound. AP -3. That's good with his invul. And then the 2 attacks into the Farseer. It's 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. That is 2 failed invul saves, so he is going to be dead. Alright, so now the Bone Singer is going to attack back over here. He's going to have more than 1 attack, right? 2 attacks? I think, yep, so that's going to be 2 attacks. 1 second. All right, it's just 1 attack, but that 1 hit, and that is not going to wound, though. Now the Exarch first. That is 2 hits. Looking for 4. 1 wound, AP -2. Oh. That is not a save. And the rest of the Guardians. All right, that is 2 hits. That is a cock dice. No wound there. So that is the end of the turn here, and that's where we're going to call it, because he's just going to keep whittling me away till I can't do anything else. And I've got what, 5, 8, 9 guys left on the board, and I'm just not going to be able to hold him off from being able to jump around and just take out all of these things over here. So that was a brutal game, but a lot of fun. There were some really tight calls back there with my Reavers. They almost were able to save the day and come in and burn and pillage before he could really unleash all of his firepower on me. But he managed to hold me back and hold me off and did exactly what he needed to do to win the day here for the Eldar. So the planet will probably be lost, and I imagine that the Dark Angels will just exterminatus it. So, but yeah, pretty brutal. That was a lot of fun. A brutal game. I had really wanted to bring the Wraith Knight because I haven't faced a Wraith Knight. I don't think in 8th edition maybe. It's been a long time since I've faced one if I have. But I really wanted to get it on, so I'm really glad that he was able to come to the table with an awesome one, and it's super cool because he's got him like batting a space wolf. What are they called? Like blood or whatever, something claws, sky claws or something like that out of the sky, which is awesome. And then
that's a ring of joke.
Yeah, it was a joke for him stuff. And then over down here, he's got him getting ready to punt that one who's got the shield up, waiting open, which is awesome. So. Yeah, he's already got his blood, gut spewing out, and he's getting ready to finish him off there, which is awesome. So that was a ton of fun. I had a blast. Yes, as usual, I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Josh, and until next time, have fun.